The 33rd degree is not just a teaching, it's an awakening. As you listen, you'll discover that the universe lies within you, waiting to be shaped by your thoughts. Unlock this ancient wisdom and step into your limitless potential. 33rd degree knowledge. Introduction. Within this book resides a wisdom so primordial, it precedes the advent of written language. You grasp in your possession not merely a volume, but a mechanism to unveil the limitless potential that has perpetually dwelled within you. This manuscript, referred to as the 33rd degree, encapsulates sacred knowledge bequeathed through lineages of mystics, sages, and masters who comprehended the genuine essence of existence. The 33rd degree represents the highest level of consciousness attainable in the physical realm, a state where your entire being vibrates in perfect harmony with the universal forces that shape existence itself. It is a dimension of awareness where thought transforms instantly into reality, where the boundaries between the spiritual and material dissolve, and where you recognize yourself as both the creator and the creation. As you journey through these teachings, you will discover that reality exists in multiple layers, each vibrating at different frequencies. Your physical world, the one you can touch and see, is merely the outermost layer. Beyond it lie realms of pure energy, thought, and infinite possibility. The 33rd degree teaches you to navigate these dimensions with mastery, allowing you to shape your reality from the innermost levels of creation. This knowledge has been safeguarded for millennia, shared only with those ready to embrace its power. Now, as you read these words, something within you has awakened, an ancient remembrance stirring in the depths of your soul. This is no coincidence. The universe has guided you to this moment, for you already possess everything needed to attain this mastery. The 33rd degree is not about learning something new, but about remembering what your soul has always known. It is about awakening to the truth that you are an infinite being, temporarily experiencing human form. As you align with these teachings, you will tap into the same power that moves mountains, shapes destinies, and orchestrates the dance of galaxies. Let these words be your guide as you step into the fullness of your divine potential. Part 1. Awakening to Multidimensional Truths. Chapter 1. The Multiverse Within You. In a distant land there lived a wanderer named Zane who spent his days searching sacred sites for enlightenment. One evening, exhausted from his travels, he settled beneath an ancient tree to rest. As sleep overtook him, Zane found himself walking through a mystical doorway that appeared in his dreams. To his amazement, this doorway led not to another physical place, but into the depths of his own being. Within, he discovered an endless temple, its halls stretching infinitely in all directions. Each chamber contained a different universe. Each passageway led to another dimension of possibility. As Zane explored deeper, he realized that this vast temple existed within his own consciousness. He had been searching the world for what had always existed inside him. You, like Zane, contain within you an infinite temple of possibilities. The universe that stretches across the cosmic expanse is mirrored perfectly within your own being. Every star, every galaxy, every force of creation exists in miniature within the sanctuary of your consciousness. This is the first key to understanding the power of the 33rd degree. You are not separate from the universe. You are its perfect reflection. In the mountains of ancient Tibet, a young woman named Lin sought out the legendary master Kenzo, known for his ability to manifest miracles. After climbing treacherous peaks to reach his humble dwelling, Lin asked, "Master, where does your power come from?" Kenzo smiled and handed her a mirror. "Look deeply," he instructed. What do you see? I see only my reflection, Lin replied. Look deeper, Kenzo urged, beyond the surface. As Lin gazed into the mirror, her perception began to shift. The reflection of her eyes became galaxies, her skin the fabric of space-time, her breath the cosmic winds that shape reality. In that moment, she understood. The power she sought was not Kenzo's to give, but already existed within her own being. The truth that Lin discovered is the same truth that awaits you now. The power to shape reality does not reside in some distant realm or sacred location. It dwells within the temple of your own consciousness. By understanding that you are a living mirror of the universe itself, you begin to access the same creative force that births worlds into being. To help you embrace this truth, I offer you this sacred practice of alignment. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Visualize yourself as a perfect mirror of the cosmos. See the stars shining within your cells. Feel the gravitational forces that hold galaxies together pulsing through your veins. With each breath, expand your awareness until you can sense the infinite space within. Let your consciousness merge with this inner universe until you feel the boundary between inner and outer dissolve. Hold this awareness for several minutes, knowing that in this state of perfect alignment, you access the same power that creates worlds. Chapter 2. The Layers of Reality. In a settlement between time-worn peaks dwelled Amara, a textile artist whose woven masterpieces enchanted every viewer. Though fellow craftspeople limited themselves to visible fibers, Amara mastered the art of incorporating unseen bonds that unite the universe. As you walk the path of the 33rd degree, you must understand what Amara discovered. That reality is woven from 5 distinct layers of existence. Like her, you must learn to work with threads both seen and unseen. One day a merchant asked Amara how she created such magnificent works. I do not weave with threads alone, she explained, guiding his hand over her loom. Feel the currents of emotion that flow between the fibers. Notice the patterns of thought that guide each strand. Sense the spiritual essence that gives life to the design. These invisible threads are as real as the silk beneath your fingers. The physical realm is but the outermost layer of your tapestry. Beneath it flows the emotional current, carrying the energy of your feelings into manifestation. Deeper still lies the mental plane, where thoughts take form before emerging into reality. The spiritual layer connects you to universal wisdom, while the quantum realm vibrates with infinite possibility. In the sacred mountains there lived a mystic named Maya, who could see these invisible currents of reality. A young woman named Zara sought her guidance, frustrated that her efforts to manifest her desires bore no fruit. You push against the river, Maya observed. Come, let me show you the hidden flows. She led Zara to a crystal-clear pool. Place your hand upon the surface, she instructed. Feel how your touch creates ripples across multiple dimensions. Your physical movement affects the water, your emotions influence its energy, your thoughts shape its pattern, your spirit guides its flow, and at the quantum level, infinite possibilities collapse into one. The wisdom Maya shared reveals a fundamental truth. Your reality is shaped by forces operating across all dimensions of existence. When you align these layers, physical action, emotional energy, mental clarity, spiritual purpose, and quantum potential, you achieve the mastery of the 33rd degree. Now take your journal and create 5 sections, one for each layer of reality. For 7 days, observe how these dimensions interact in your life. In the physical section, record your actions and their results. Under emotions, Note the feelings that flow through your day. In the mental realm, track your dominant thoughts and beliefs. For the spiritual layer, document moments of inspiration and connection. In the quantum section, write about possibilities you sense but haven't yet manifested. This practice will reveal the intricate patterns of your own living tapestry, showing you where alignment already exists and where it can be strengthened. Chapter 3. The Core Frequency of Vibration. In a valley where ancient melodies still whisper through the wind, there lived a musician named Ravi, who played an instrument passed down through generations. While others created pleasing sounds, Ravi sought to align his music with the very pulse of existence. Through years of patient observation, Ravi discovered that every object, every thought, and every emotion possessed its own unique vibration. The strings of his instrument could match the hum of distant stars, the rhythm of flowing water, and even the silent song of growing flowers. You too must understand this fundamental truth. Everything in existence is pure energy, vibrating at different frequencies. Your thoughts, emotions, and physical form are all expressions of this universal dance of energy. Just as Ravi learned to tune his instrument to nature's symphony, you can align your personal vibration with the frequencies of what you wish to attract. In a distant mountain village, an elder named Chen understood this sacred knowledge. When drought threatened his people's crops, he gathered them in the village square. "Listen," he instructed, "not with your ears but with your heart. Feel the earth's song beneath your feet." Day after day, Chen guided the villagers to synchronize their thoughts and emotions with the natural world around them. They learned to match their breathing to the wind's rhythm, to align their heartbeats with the earth's pulse. Soon their collective vibration shifted and the rains returned. This ancient wisdom reveals that you are like an instrument in the universal orchestra. Your thoughts and emotions emit frequencies that ripple through the fabric of reality, attracting experiences that match your vibration. When you feel joy, you vibrate at a frequency that attracts more joyful experiences. When you cultivate peace, you draw peaceful circumstances into your life. To harness this power, begin each morning with this sacred practice. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and place your hand over your heart. Feel the vibration of your emotional state. Is it harmonious with what you wish to attract? If not, use this ancient affirmation while focusing on your heart center. I am in perfect harmony with the highest vibrations of love, abundance, and joy. Then choose music that resonates with your desired state of being. Let its rhythm and melody wash over you for at least 5 minutes, allowing it to shift your vibration to a higher frequency. This daily practice of conscious vibration will attune you to the universal forces that shape reality. Chapter 4. The Hidden Power of Feeling. In a fertile valley between ancient hills there lived a farmer named Emil, whose connection to the land ran deeper than mere cultivation. While other farmers focused solely on techniques and timing, Emil discovered a truth that transformed his modest fields into gardens of abundance. Each morning, as the sun painted the sky in hues of gold, Emil would walk among his crops with overwhelming gratitude in his heart. He noticed that in the seasons when joy filled his being, his harvest flourished beyond measure. Yet in times when worry clouded his mind, even the healthiest plants seemed to withdraw their vigor. You see, your emotions are not merely responses to life's circumstances. They are the magnetic force that shapes your reality. Just as Emil's crops responded to the frequency of his feelings, the universe responds to the emotional energy you emit. This is why two people can plant the same seeds, follow the same methods, yet reap vastly different harvests. In the vast expanse of the ocean there lived a sailor named Thomas who navigated not by stars alone, but by the wisdom of his heart. Other sailors questioned his methods, for he would often alter course based on what he called the winds of feeling. Time and again his intuition guided him to safe harbors and abundant fishing grounds, while others struggled against the sea's might. When asked about his secret, Thomas would smile and say, "The heart knows the way before the mind can see it." He understood that emotions are not obstacles to be overcome, but rather compass points guiding you toward your true destination. Your feelings are the language through which you communicate with the universe. When you align your emotions with your desires, you create a magnetic field that draws your aspirations into physical form. This is not mere wishful thinking. It is the operation of universal law. To master this principle, practice this ancient visualization ritual. Find a quiet space and close your eyes. Breathe deeply and imagine your desired outcome as if it exists now. But do not simply see it, feel it with every fiber of your being. Let the joy of achievement flow through you. Let gratitude fill your heart until it overflows. Hold this feeling for several minutes, allowing it to saturate every cell of your body. This practice aligns your emotional frequency with the reality you wish to create, activating the magnetic power of your feelings to draw your desires into manifestation. Remember, it is not the intensity of your wanting, but the purity of your feeling that holds the power to transform your world. Chapter 5: The Observer Effect. In the heart of an ancient city, there lived an artist named Maya, whose paintings held a mysterious power. Each morning she would stand before her blank canvas, brush poised in hand, and pour her entire being into observing the emptiness before her. As she focused her attention, something extraordinary would unfold. The images she held in her mind would begin to materialize on the canvas, as if painted by an unseen hand. You possess this same creative force within you. Like Maya's unwavering gaze, your attention shapes the canvas of reality. The universe exists as infinite possibilities until you, the observer, choose which reality to manifest through your focused awareness. In the mountains of a distant land, there lived a young seer named Raina, who discovered that her visions were not merely glimpses of what might be, but seeds that grew into the future itself. When she focused on potential dangers, they manifested in the village. When she held her attention on prosperity and peace, these realities blossomed instead. This truth lies at the heart of creation. You are not merely witnessing reality, you are actively creating it through your observation. Just as light behaves differently when observed, reality shifts and transforms through the lens of your attention. The quantum field responds to your focus, collapsing infinite possibilities into specific experiences. What you choose to observe expands, while what you ignore fades from your reality. This is not metaphor, but the deepest truth of existence. You are the creator of your world. To harness this creative power, practice this ritual of focused intention. Sit in perfect stillness and choose one specific outcome you wish to manifest. See it with crystal clarity in your mind's eye. Now, direct your full attention to this vision as if observing a painting coming to life. Notice every detail, every sensation, every emotion it evokes. Hold this unwavering focus for several minutes, allowing no other thoughts to distract you from this single point of attention. Through this practice, you collapse the quantum field of infinite possibilities into your chosen reality. The power of your focused intention acts as a beacon, drawing forth that which you seek from the vast ocean of potential. Remember, your attention is the brush that paints your future, and every moment of concentrated awareness shapes the canvas of your destiny. What you observe with unwavering focus becomes your living masterpiece, manifesting first in the ethereal realm of thought before crystallizing into physical form. Like a master artist who sees the finished work within the blank canvas, you must hold your vision with perfect clarity until it emerges into being. Chapter 6: Breaking the Chains of Limitation. In a valley between ancient mountains there lived a majestic eagle who had never spread his wings. From birth he had been told tales of an invisible barrier that surrounded him, stretching from earth to sky. Though no chains bound him, he paced in small circles, never daring to test the limits of his perceived prison. You, like this eagle, may carry invisible barriers in your mind, thoughts and beliefs that keep you bound to a limited existence. These barriers, though unseen, hold more power than any physical constraint. One day, a wise owl appeared and spoke to the eagle. "The cage you fear exists only in your thoughts. Stretch your wings, feel the truth of your freedom." With trembling feathers, the eagle extended one wing, then another. As he discovered no resistance, his heart swelled with the recognition of a truth he had always known: he was born to soar. In a distant garden there lived a woman named Amara, who tended the most remarkable flowers. Yet each spring, her garden struggled beneath thick weeds of doubt. "I am not worthy of such beauty," the weeds whispered. "Success belongs to others," they hissed. Until one day Amara understood. These weeds grew from seeds of limitation she had planted herself. With patient determination, she began uprooting each doubt, replacing them with seeds of possibility. "I am worthy of abundance," she planted. "My potential knows no bounds," she sowed. As she cleared away the old beliefs, her garden flourished with unprecedented vigor. The universe knows no limitations. It is humanity that creates boundaries. Your thoughts form the architecture of your experience, building walls or bridges to your desires. Every limitation you perceive exists first as a thought, a belief you have accepted as truth. To transform these limiting beliefs into gateways of possibility, practice this ancient ritual of liberation. Take a sacred moment each day to write in your journal. First, list the thoughts that constrain you. The "I can't," "I'm not enough," "it's impossible." Next to each limitation, write its opposite truth. "I am capable. I am more than enough. All things are possible through my alignment with universal law." Read these new truths aloud, feeling their resonance in your being. Let each word dissolve the invisible barriers that have held you bound. Through this practice, you plant new seeds of possibility in the fertile soil of your consciousness, allowing the full expression of your infinite potential to bloom. Chapter 7: Symbols of the Soul. In the archives of time there exists a tale of Rahul, a young scribe who discovered an ancient scroll covered in mysterious symbols. Each mark pulsed with an energy that seemed to speak directly to his soul. As he traced the patterns with his fingertips, the symbols began to dance before his eyes, revealing doorways to understanding that transcended ordinary language. You live in a world rich with such symbols, sacred geometries, recurring numbers, and meaningful signs that whisper universal truths. These symbols speak the language of your deeper mind, communicating in ways that words alone cannot reach. Just as Rahul learned to decode the ancient markings, you too possess the innate ability to understand this universal language. The spiral of a seashell, the phases of the moon, the pattern of a flower's petals, each carries messages encoded by the universe itself. In the mountains of the east, a wanderer named Maya followed a trail of cryptic signs etched in stone. Each symbol she encountered, a circle within a triangle, a spiraling path, a key without a lock, guided her closer to a hidden treasure. Yet when she finally reached her destination, she realized the true treasure wasn't gold or jewels, but the wisdom she had gained in learning to read the language of the universe. The symbols that surround you are not random. They are the universe's way of communicating directly with your subconscious mind. When you notice recurring patterns, numbers, or images in your life, these are sacred messages waiting to be understood. Your mind naturally thinks in symbols and metaphors. When you dream of flying, your subconscious speaks of freedom. When you envision a mountain, it represents the challenges you must overcome. By learning to interpret these symbols, you gain access to profound wisdom that lies beneath the surface of ordinary awareness. To deepen your connection with this universal language, practice this ancient ritual of symbolic awareness. Each day, carry a small notebook with you. Notice the symbols that appear repeatedly in your experience, and perhaps a certain animal crosses your path or a specific geometric shape catches your attention. Record these symbols and spend time in quiet meditation, allowing their deeper meaning to emerge from within. As you sit in stillness with each symbol, ask yourself, what truth does this symbol reveal to me? What aspect of my journey does it illuminate? Let the answers arise naturally from your inner wisdom, knowing that you are reading from the great book of universal knowledge that surrounds you always. Through this practice, you will develop fluency in the language of the universe, understanding the messages that guide you toward your highest path. The symbols are always present, waiting to be recognized by those who have eyes to see. Chapter 8: The Gateway of Stillness. In a remote valley where ancient cedars whispered secrets of the ages, lived Kenzo, a hermit who had retreated from the clamor of the world. Each dawn, he would sit beneath the sweeping branches, embracing the sacred silence that enveloped him. In this quietude, he discovered that silence was not merely the absence of sound, but a living presence that held all wisdom within its depths. You, like Kenzo, possess the ability to access this transformative power of stillness. Within the space between thoughts lies a gateway to dimensions beyond ordinary perception, where universal knowledge flows freely to those who learn to listen. The silence speaks in ways that words cannot express, carrying messages from the infinite to your receptive heart. When you step away from the constant chatter of the mind, you enter a sacred temple where divine wisdom awaits. High in the misty peaks, a woman named Lynn sought answers to life's deepest mysteries. For days she wandered, until she found herself drawn to a hidden cave. As she ventured inside, the outside world fell away, and in the profound silence she heard the voice of truth speaking through her own heart. What she sought was not in ancient texts or scholarly teachings, but in the quiet spaces between her thoughts. This silence you seek is not empty. It is filled with potential, alive with the same creative force that birthed the universe. In stillness, you align with the quantum field, where all possibilities exist simultaneously. Here, in this sacred space, you become most receptive to the guidance that constantly flows from the universal mind. When you embrace silence, you tune into frequencies beyond the physical realm. Like a clear pool reflecting the stars above, your still mind mirrors the wisdom of the cosmos. This is the state where inspiration flows, where solutions arise unbidden, and where your connection to the infinite becomes tangible. To access this transformative power, practice this ancient ritual of silence. Find a quiet space where you will remain undisturbed. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Focus on your breath as it flows naturally, becoming aware of the subtle spaces between each inhale and exhale. Allow these spaces to expand, embracing the silence that exists within them. As thoughts arise, observe them without attachment, letting them pass like clouds across a vast sky. Remain in this stillness for 20 minutes, allowing the wisdom of silence to fill your being. Through this practice, you open yourself to the infinite intelligence that speaks through silence. In these quiet moments, you will discover that the answers you seek have always been present, waiting in the stillness of your own heart. Chapter 9. The Energy Centers of Transformation. In the shadow of an ancient temple, Maya, a gifted healer, discovered scrolls that revealed the body's sacred energy centers. As she studied these mystical teachings, she learned that within every person lie 7 spinning wheels of light, portals to dimensions beyond the physical realm. You possess these same energy centers, these vortexes of power that connect your physical form to the infinite. Like jewels strung along a cosmic thread, they form a bridge between matter and spirit, each one resonating with different aspects of universal consciousness. Through dedicated practice, Maya learned to sense and activate these centers in those who sought her wisdom. She observed how blocked energy manifested as physical ailments and emotional distress, while balanced centers brought vitality and spiritual awakening. In a distant monastery, an initiate named Raj participated in a ceremony passed down through countless generations. Under moonlight, masters guided him through ancient movements and breath practices designed to awaken the dormant power within. As each energy center activated, Raj experienced successive waves of transformation, from security and creativity to personal power, love, expression, insight, and finally, divine connection. These energy centers are not mere symbols or metaphors. They are gateways through which universal life force flows. When aligned, they allow you to access higher dimensions of consciousness and manifest with greater power. Each center governs specific aspects of your being: your foundation, your creative force, your personal power, your capacity for love, your truth, your insight, and your connection to the divine. To activate these sacred centers, practice this visualization passed down through the ages. Sit in peaceful meditation and envision a brilliant column of light extending through your body. See each energy center as a spinning wheel of light: red at your base, orange at your center, yellow at your solar plexus, green at your heart, blue at your throat, indigo at your forehead, and violet at your crown. Breathe deeply into each center, allowing its unique frequency to harmonize and balance. Feel the energy flowing freely through each portal, clearing blockages and awakening your full potential. Through this practice, you align your entire being with the universal forces, opening channels for greater manifestation and spiritual connection. Chapter 10. The Crossroads of Choice and Destiny. Along an ancient crossroad stood a traveler named Kenzo. Before him stretched 3 paths, one well-worn and familiar, another overgrown but gleaming with possibility, and a third that seemed to shimmer between existence and shadow. As he contemplated his choice, the weight of destiny hung heavy in the air. You too stand at such a crossroads in every moment. Each choice you make ripples through the fabric of reality, creating waves that shape not only your path, but the very universe itself. Like threads in an infinite tapestry, your decisions weave patterns that extend far beyond what mortal eyes can perceive. In every choice lies the seed of 1,000 possibilities. The path you select becomes your reality, while others fade into the mist of what might have been. This is the power that flows through your consciousness, the ability to collapse infinite potential into manifest experience, through the act of decision. In a distant village lived Amara, known for her wisdom in times of trouble. When fear gripped the hearts of her people during a great drought, many wished to abandon their homes. Yet Amara spoke of courage, of choosing faith over fear. "The rain will return," she said, "but only if we choose to believe in abundance rather than scarcity." The villagers heeded her words, working together to dig deeper wells and plant drought-resistant crops. Their choice to embrace courage over fear transformed their reality, and soon the rains returned more abundant than ever. The universe responds not just to your actions, but to the consciousness behind them. When you choose from a place of alignment with your highest truth, you tap into currents of power that transcend ordinary reality. Each decision becomes a prayer, each choice a declaration of who you are becoming. You are the author of your destiny, writing your story with every choice you make. The power lies not in the options before you, but in the consciousness you bring to each decision. When you choose with awareness, aligning your decisions with your deepest truth, you become a conscious creator of reality. To practice this ancient wisdom, take up your journal each evening. Write of the choices you face that day and the consciousness behind each decision. Examine the paths not taken, not with regret, but with awareness. Then, looking to tomorrow, set clear intentions for the choices you will make. Ask yourself, what consciousness will I bring to these decisions? How can I choose from my highest self? Through this practice passed down through generations of wisdom keepers, you learn to navigate the infinite crossroads of life with grace and power. Each choice becomes an opportunity to align more deeply with your divine nature and the universal forces that shape all reality. Part 2. Mastering the Dimensional Flow. Chapter 11. The Sacred Power of Intention. In the heart of an ancient city lived Alessandro, a sculptor whose works seemed to breathe with life itself. While others saw mere blocks of marble, Alessandro perceived the forms waiting to be freed from within. Before touching chisel to stone, he would spend days in silent communion with the marble, his mind's eye penetrating its depths until the hidden figure revealed itself. You too possess this power of clear vision, the ability to perceive what wishes to emerge from the infinite field of possibility. Like Alessandro, you must first see with absolute clarity that which you intend to create before it can manifest in physical form. The universe responds to the purity and precision of your intentions. When you hold a vision with unwavering clarity, you send ripples through the quantum field, initiating the process of creation across all dimensions of reality. Just as Alessandro saw past the rough exterior to the perfect form within, you must look beyond current circumstances to perceive the reality you wish to create. In a distant valley lived Sophia, a gardener whose plants flourished beyond explanation. While others worried about soil conditions and weather patterns, Sophia simply planted her seeds with complete faith in their growth. She would whisper to each seed as she placed it in the earth, "I see your flowers already in bloom." Her garden became renowned throughout the land, not just for its abundance, but for plants that seemed to manifest exactly as she had envisioned them. The power of intention flows through you just as it flowed through Sophia's garden. When you plant the seeds of your desires with pure intention and unwavering faith, the universe conspires to bring them into bloom. Your clear intention becomes the blueprint that reality follows. To harness this ancient wisdom, find a quiet space where you can be undisturbed. Close your eyes and allow your breath to slow and deepen. Now, choose one desire you wish to manifest. See it with the clarity of Alessandro studying his marble. Feel it with the certainty of Sophia planting her seeds. Let every detail become crisp and clear in your mind's eye. As you hold this vision, infuse it with the energy of your emotions. Feel the joy, gratitude, and excitement as if your intention has already manifested. Let this feeling grow stronger until it fills your entire being. Hold this state for several minutes, allowing the blueprint of your intention to imprint itself upon the quantum field. Repeat this practice daily, maintaining the same clarity and emotional intensity. Like Alessandro's chisel strokes or Sophia's tender care of her garden, each session strengthens the power of your intention, bringing it closer to physical manifestation. Chapter 12. Belief as the architect of reality. In the ancient city of stone and wisdom lived Thomas, a master builder known for structures that seemed to defy time itself. While other builders rushed to raise walls and towers, Thomas spent months laying foundations, carefully selecting and placing each stone. Many mocked his methodical approach until earthquakes shook the land, toppling every building except those Thomas had built. You, like Thomas, must understand that your beliefs form the foundation of everything you create in your life. Just as a building cannot rise higher than its foundation allows, your manifestations cannot exceed the limits of your beliefs. The universe responds not just to your thoughts and intentions, but to the deep-seated convictions that form the bedrock of your consciousness. These beliefs act as filters, determining what you perceive as possible and, therefore, what you can manifest into reality. In the mountains of the East lived a woman named Maya, who sought passage through the legendary Gate of Truth. For years she carried heavy scrolls of knowledge, believing they held the key to crossing the threshold. Yet each time she approached, the gate remained sealed. Only when she released her grip on what she thought she knew, letting go of the scrolls and the weight of false beliefs, did the gate swing open effortlessly. Your journey mirrors Maya's path. The beliefs you carry, whether inherited or acquired, either illuminate or obscure your way forward. Some beliefs serve as bridges to higher understanding, while others act as barriers, blocking the flow of universal energy. To transform your reality, you must first examine the foundation upon which you build. Take your journal and find a quiet moment of reflection. Write down the beliefs you hold about yourself, success, abundance, and your place in the universe. Look especially for those thoughts that begin with, "I can't," "I'm not," or "it's impossible." These limiting beliefs are like cracks in your foundation, weakening the structure of your manifestations. Yet just as Thomas could replace a weakened stone, you can replace these beliefs with empowering truths. For each limiting belief you uncover, craft an affirmation that aligns with your highest vision. Let your pen flow freely as you write new truths into being. Feel the power of these new beliefs anchoring themselves into your consciousness, creating a foundation strong enough to support the grandest vision you hold for your life. Chapter 13. Gratitude as an energetic bridge. In a small village among rolling hills lived Amara, a woman known for her unwavering faith. As drought gripped the land and wells ran dry, others grew desperate and fearful. Yet each morning, Amara would walk to her garden, look up at the cloudless sky, and give heartfelt thanks for the rain that had not yet fallen. "Why do you thank the heavens for what is not here?" her neighbors asked. "I thank the universe for what already exists," she would reply, her eyes gleaming with certainty. "For in the realm of spirit, the rain has already blessed our land." Day after day, Amara tended her garden with gratitude, speaking to her withering plants, as though they were already nourished by heaven's waters. And then one morning, clouds gathered on the horizon. By nightfall, gentle rain blessed the parched earth, transforming the village into an oasis of abundance. You must understand that gratitude holds the power to bridge the gap between what is and what can be. When you give thanks for something before its physical manifestation, you align yourself with the frequency of its existence in the quantum field. Far across the sea lived Kai, a sailor who navigated treacherous waters with remarkable ease. While other sailors cursed the towering waves that threatened their vessels, Kai would bow his head in appreciation for each swell that carried him closer to shore. "Every wave," he would say, "is a blessing that propels me toward my destination." Through countless storms and challenges, Kai's gratitude transformed what others saw as obstacles into allies, guiding him safely to harbor time and again. This truth lies before you now. Gratitude is not merely a response to receiving. It is the very force that draws your desires into being. When you thank the universe for its abundance, you tune your vibration to the frequency of receiving. Your appreciation becomes the magnet that attracts more reasons to be thankful. This ancient practice of preemptive gratitude alters the very fabric of your reality. By giving thanks for what you wish to manifest, as though it is already yours, you create a resonance that the universe must match. Your grateful heart becomes the fertile soil in which all possibilities can take root and flourish. As the sun rises each morning, take a moment to sit in quietude. In your journal, write 3 things for which you are deeply thankful. Include not only what already exists in your physical reality, but also that which you wish to manifest. Feel the warmth of gratitude spread through your being as you acknowledge each blessing, both realized and yet to come. Let your appreciation flow freely, embracing both the grand and subtle gifts of existence. From the miracle of breath that sustains you to the infinite stars that light the night sky, acknowledge the boundless blessings that surround you. Feel how this practice shifts your energy, opening channels through which greater abundance can flow. As you cultivate this state of reverent gratitude, you become a magnet for prosperity, drawing to yourself ever more reasons to give thanks. The universe responds to your grateful heart with increasing generosity, creating an endless cycle of blessing and appreciation. Chapter 14, Love. In the ancient village of Lumina, where shadows often lingered long after sunset, lived an elder who kept a single candle burning in her window. Night after night, the flame's glow seemed to stretch beyond natural limits, casting light across the entire village square. Those who witnessed this phenomenon spoke of how the light carried a warmth that touched not just their eyes, but their hearts. When asked about her mysterious candle, the elder would smile and say, "This flame burns with love, and love knows no bounds." You now stand at the threshold of understanding the highest frequency in all of existence, the vibration of pure love. Like that boundless candlelight, love possesses the power to transform everything it touches, dissolving darkness and illuminating paths previously hidden from view. In the realm of eternal truth, love stands as the supreme creative force, the very essence from which all manifestation springs forth. When you align yourself with this frequency, you tap into the universe's most potent current of creation. Consider the tale of Maya, whose child struggled to speak. While others advised harsh methods and expressed doubt, Maya simply enveloped her child in unconditional love. Each day, she would hold her little one close, radiating pure acceptance and unwavering faith. Gradually, without force or fear, words began to flow from the child's lips like a gentle spring stream. This truth reveals itself. Love holds the power to manifest miracles, not through force or demand, but through the gentle yet unstoppable power of acceptance and faith. When you approach your desires with love rather than desperation, you align with the very force that births stars and moves mountains. To access this transformative power, close your eyes and imagine love as a golden light emanating from your heart center. Allow this radiance to expand, first filling your entire being, then extending outward to embrace everything in your life, your dreams, your challenges, even those situations that seem to resist transformation. Feel how this love dissolves resistance and opens new pathways for manifestation. Let this light of love flow toward yourself, acknowledging every part of your being with complete acceptance. Direct it toward others, blessing them with unconditional positive regard. Finally, envelop your deepest desires in this golden radiance, knowing that love's touch awakens the seed of manifestation within every dream. This practice, performed daily, attunes your entire being to love's creative frequency. As you cultivate this highest vibration, you naturally align with the universe's most powerful creative force, allowing miracles to unfold with grace and ease. Through consistent devotion to this sacred ritual, you become a living channel for divine love's transformative power. Feel how this practice dissolves the barriers between your desires and their manifestation, creating a crystalline pathway through which the universe can work its magic. As your heart center grows stronger with each session, you'll discover that what once seemed impossible now flows to you as naturally as breath itself. Chapter 15. Transcending Fear Across Dimensions. In the mist-shrouded mountains of ancient times, a warrior named Akiro trained relentlessly to face the shadows that haunted the sacred peaks. Each dawn he would climb higher, sword drawn, ready to battle these fearsome entities that locals whispered about in hushed tones. Yet as he ascended one fateful morning, something extraordinary occurred. As the sun rose behind him, Akiro noticed that the terrifying shadows he had been pursuing were nothing more than his own silhouette cast upon the morning mist. In that moment of clarity, years of fear dissolved into understanding. You now stand where Akiro once stood, facing shadows that seem to hold power over your destiny. Yet these shadows, like his, are illusions born of mind and memory. Fear acts as a veil, contracting your energy field and blocking the natural flow of universal forces through your being. When you allow fear to guide your choices, you create resistance in the quantum field, limiting the possibilities available to you. Like a river confronting a dam, the natural flow of abundance and opportunity becomes restricted, forcing energy to find alternate, often less direct paths to reach you. Consider the tale of Elena, who discovered an ancient map leading to a mystical sanctuary. The final passage required crossing a great chasm where no bridge could be seen. All who came before had turned back, their fear convincing them the journey was impossible. Yet Elena, guided by unwavering trust, stepped forward into empty space. As her foot moved through the air, a crystalline bridge materialized beneath it, each step forward revealing another section of the path. This truth becomes clear. Fear exists only in the space between what is known and what is possible. When met with trust and awareness, these shadows dissolve like morning mist in sunlight. Your power lies not in the absence of fear, but in your willingness to move forward despite its presence. Take your journal now and draw 2 columns upon a blank page. In the first, write down every fear that whispers to you in the quiet moments. Face each shadow directly, bringing it into the light of your awareness. In the second column, craft a statement of trust that transforms each fear into an opportunity for growth. Let each word you write be a step upon your own crystalline bridge, knowing that trust reveals the path forward even when your eyes cannot yet see it. Feel how this practice begins to dissolve the illusions that have held you back, opening new pathways for universal energy to flow through your life. Chapter 16. The Art of Surrender. In a village along an ancient river lived a fisherman named Chen. Each morning he would fight against the current, believing that through sheer force of will, he could command the waters to yield their bounty. Day after day, his nets returned empty, his arms aching from the constant struggle. One dawn, exhausted from his futile efforts, Chen released his grip on the oars. To his amazement, as he surrendered to the river's flow, it carried him to a hidden cove teeming with fish. In that moment, he understood that the river knew better than he where abundance waited. You too stand at the edge of this river of life, perhaps believing that control and force will bring you what you seek. Yet true power lies not in resistance, but in alignment with the greater flow that moves through all things. When you surrender to this divine current, you open yourself to possibilities beyond your limited perspective. The universe holds infinite wisdom, orchestrating countless events beyond your awareness. Like Chen, your role is not to force outcomes, but to align with the natural flow that carries you toward your highest good. High in the mountain passes walked Maya, a traveler whose pack grew heavier with each step. She carried worries like stones, fears about the future, regrets from the past, anxieties about the path ahead. As she struggled to ascend, a mountain sage observed her labored breathing. "What you carry was meant to be released," the sage said softly. "Each burden you set down becomes a step that lifts you higher." One by one, Maya placed her stones of worry upon the ground. With each release, her steps grew lighter until she seemed to float up the mountain path, carried by an invisible wind. Surrender is not defeat. It is the recognition that you are part of something greater than yourself. When you release the need to control every detail, you allow universal intelligence to work through you, bringing forth solutions you could never have imagined. Your practice now is to sit quietly and identify one concern that weighs upon your mind. Feel its weight, acknowledge its presence. Then, with conscious intent, release it to the universe, trusting that all is working in perfect order for your highest good. Notice how your energy shifts as you let go, how space opens within you for new possibilities to emerge. Like the river that guided Chen to abundance and the mountain path that rose to meet Maya's lightened steps, the universe stands ready to support you. Your only task is to release your grip and allow yourself to be carried by its wisdom. Chapter 17. Visualizing the Quantum Blueprint. In a sunlit studio among ancient olive trees, Sophia stood before an empty canvas. Each morning, she would close her eyes and let her innermost dreams flow through her brushstrokes. On this particular dawn, she painted with such clarity and feeling that her heart seemed to beat in rhythm with each color she laid upon the canvas. As the last ray of sunset touched her finished work, a vibrant scene of abundance and joy, something extraordinary occurred. The painted flowers began to release their fragrance into the air, and the golden light she had captured seemed to warm the room. In that moment, Sophia realized she had done more than create art. She had brought a new reality into being through the power of her vision. You too possess this sacred ability to shape reality through the pictures you hold in your mind. When you visualize with unwavering clarity and deep emotion, you activate forces beyond the physical realm. Your thoughts become the brushstrokes that paint your future upon the canvas of existence. The quantum field responds to the images you hold within, transforming possibility into reality through the power of focused attention. Just as light can behave as both wave and particle, your visualizations exist as both potential and manifestation, collapsing into form through your conscious observation. Along the shores of a distant coast lived Thomas, a young man who spent hours gazing at the horizon, seeing not just waves but the great ships he would one day command. Each night, he would close his eyes and feel the salt spray on his face, hear the snap of sails in the wind, and sense the steady motion of a deck beneath his feet. Others called him a dreamer, but Thomas knew he was doing more than dreaming. He was rehearsing his destiny. Each vivid visualization guided his choices, from the books he studied to the skills he developed. When opportunity finally arrived in the form of an apprenticeship, he was ready, having lived this moment countless times in his mind. These ancient teachings reveal that visualization is not mere fantasy. It is the language through which you communicate your desires to the universe. When you hold an image with clarity and infuse it with emotion, you create a template that reality rushes to fill. Your sacred practice now is to create your own visualization temple within. Find a quiet space where you will not be disturbed. Close your eyes and begin to build with exquisite detail the reality you wish to manifest. See the colors, hear the sounds, feel the textures of your desired life. Let your heart swell with the emotions of living this reality. Breathe life into every detail until it feels more real than your present circumstances. Maintain this vision with the same dedication Sophia brought to her canvas, with the same conviction Thomas held for his destiny. For in this practice lies the power to transform the pictures in your mind into the circumstances of your life. Chapter 18: The Rhythm of Alignment. In a distant mountain village, a young dancer named Luna practiced tirelessly in her quest for perfection. Despite her technical mastery, something remained missing from her performances. One evening, as moonlight filtered through temple windows, she ceased her structured routines and simply listened to the ancient melodies that filled the air. As she surrendered to the music's natural flow, her body began to move with an ease she had never known. Her movements became one with the rhythm, flowing like water over stones. In that moment of perfect alignment, Luna discovered that true mastery comes not from forcing but from flowing. You stand now at the threshold of a profound truth. Life itself moves in rhythms, patterns, and cycles that guide your journey toward manifestation. When you align your actions with these universal currents, you enter a state of effortless creation where resistance dissolves and synchronicity flourishes. The law of rhythm governs all things, from the beating of your heart to the turning of galaxies. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions carry their own vibration, and when these align with universal frequencies, you enter the stream of infinite possibility. In the valleys below the ancient hills lived Chen, a farmer who had inherited wisdom passed down through generations. While others rushed to plant with the first warm day, Chen waited, observing the subtle signs in nature. He watched the flight patterns of birds, felt the moisture in the soil, and listened to the whispers of the wind. Only when all signs aligned did Chen sow his seeds, working in harmony with nature's rhythm. Year after year, his crops flourished while others struggled, for he understood that success comes from moving in concert with the natural order of creation. These teachings reveal that manifestation flows most powerfully when you attune yourself to universal timing. Just as each season serves its purpose, every phase of your journey carries its own wisdom and opportunity. Resistance arises when you fight against these natural currents rather than flowing with them. Your sacred practice is to cultivate awareness of life's natural rhythm. Begin each morning by quieting your mind and feeling the subtle currents of energy moving through your day. Notice which actions feel aligned and which create resistance. Let your intuition guide your timing, knowing that just as a river knows its course to the sea, your inner wisdom knows the path to your desires. Move through your day as Luna moved through her dance, not by forcing or controlling, but by flowing in harmony with the music of the spheres. Trust, as Chen trusted, that proper timing brings effortless abundance. For in this alignment with universal rhythm lies the secret of graceful manifestation. Chapter 19. Patience and Trust in Divine Timing. In a bustling village square, there lived a baker named Thomas whose bread was once renowned throughout the land. Each morning, villagers would line up eagerly to taste his creations. Yet as his fame grew, so did his impatience. One fateful day, watching the growing crowd outside his window, he decided to hasten the rising of his dough by increasing the heat of his ovens. The results were disastrous. The bread emerged burned on the outside, raw within, inedible monuments to his haste. In his rush to meet demand, he had forgotten the fundamental truth. Bread, like all creations, requires its own divine timing. You now approach a vital understanding in the mastery of manifestation. The universe operates on perfect timing, a divine orchestration that cannot be rushed or delayed. When you align with this truth, you enter a state of peaceful allowing, knowing that everything unfolds in its perfect moment. Just as bread requires specific conditions and timing to rise properly, your desires manifest when all energetic conditions align. Forcing or rushing this process only creates resistance, blocking the natural flow of creation. In the ancient gardens of the East lived Sophia, a wise woman known for her extraordinary plants. Visitors often asked about her secret, expecting complex techniques or rare ingredients. Instead, she would smile and lead them to a patch of freshly planted soil. "See these seeds beneath the earth?" she would ask. "Though we cannot witness their transformation, they are already becoming what they are meant to be. Our role is not to dig them up each day to check their progress, but to trust in the unseen process of growth." This wisdom speaks to the heart of manifestation. Between the planting of your intention and its physical emergence lies a period of unseen development. During this time, forces beyond your perception work tirelessly to arrange the perfect conditions for your desire to manifest. Patience is not passive waiting, but active faith in the perfect unfolding of universal law. When you trust in divine timing, you release the anxiety that blocks manifestation and enter a state of peaceful expectancy. Your ritual of discovery invites you to observe areas where impatience creates resistance in your life. Each evening, record moments when you felt urged to force outcomes or rush natural processes. For each instance, write an affirmation of trust. I release my timeline and trust in divine timing. All is unfolding perfectly. Feel the peace that comes with surrendering to universal wisdom, knowing that everything you desire is already in motion, emerging at the perfect moment. Chapter 20. Quantum Leaps and Dimensional Shifts. In the ancient scrolls of the East, there exists a tale of a magnificent phoenix who lived in perpetual fear of the flames. Though destined for rebirth through fire, the majestic bird resisted its nature, clinging to its current form. Yet when the moment of transformation finally arrived, the phoenix discovered that its rebirth happened not in hours or days, but in a single, breathtaking instant. In that flash of surrender, it emerged renewed, more glorious than before. You stand now at the threshold of understanding one of the universe's most powerful secrets. Transformation need not be gradual. Within the quantum field, change occurs not through slow progression, but through sudden realignment, a phenomenon known as quantum leaping. When energy aligns perfectly across all dimensions, reality shifts instantaneously. Like water changing to steam at precisely 212 degrees Fahrenheit, your circumstances can transform in a moment when the right conditions converge. High in the mountains of Tibet, a monk named Chen spent decades in meditation, seeking enlightenment through careful practice and gradual progression. One morning, while simply watching a dewdrop fall from a leaf, everything changed. In that singular moment, all his years of preparation crystallized into perfect clarity. What he had sought through years of gradual effort arrived in an instant of perfect alignment. This truth reveals itself in your own life. Though you may have spent years building toward a goal, its manifestation often arrives in a sudden shift, a single phone call, an unexpected meeting, a moment of insight that changes everything. These quantum leaps occur when your energy aligns perfectly across all dimensions: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. The key lies not in forcing these moments, but in remaining open to their possibility while maintaining the highest vibration of expectancy. Like a master surfer waiting for the perfect wave, you stay prepared, knowing that when conditions align, transformation happens in an instant. Your ritual of discovery invites you to prepare for these quantum moments. Find a quiet space and close your eyes. Breathe deeply as you visualize yourself standing before a doorway of light. This doorway represents the threshold of instant transformation. Feel the energy building around you, knowing that at any moment you could step through into a completely new reality. Hold this space of readiness, this vibration of expectancy, allowing yourself to become familiar with the energy of imminent transformation. Practice this visualization daily, maintaining the feeling of being poised on the brink of miraculous change. Part 3. Ascension to the 33rd Degree. Chapter 21. The Codex of Infinite Possibilities. In the ancient halls of Alexandria, there lived a librarian named Amara, who spent her days surrounded by scrolls of wisdom. One evening, as the sun cast long shadows through towering shelves, she discovered a leather-bound volume unlike any other. Its pages appeared blank at first glance, yet as she pondered life's deepest mysteries, words of wisdom materialized before her eyes. The more questions she asked, the more knowledge flowed onto its infinite pages, revealing secrets of creation itself. The universe operates much like this mystical book, responding to your deepest inquiries with infinite wisdom. Each question you pose to the cosmos opens new pathways of understanding, revealing possibilities that existed all along, waiting to be discovered. Within the quantum field lies a vast library of potential realities, every possibility that could ever exist. Your consciousness acts as the librarian, selecting which possibilities manifest into your experience through your focus and intention. Far across the desert sands, a traveler named Rashid searched endlessly for a legendary chest said to contain the greatest treasure in existence. After years of seeking, he finally found the ornate box in a hidden cave. As he despaired over how to open it, a wise voice whispered that he need only look in his pocket. There he found a ring of keys he had carried all along, each one representing a different aspect of his own creative power. Like Rashid, you already possess everything needed to unlock the treasures you seek. The power to shape reality isn't found in distant places or ancient artifacts. It resides within your own consciousness, waiting to be recognized and embraced. Your role as creator is not to force reality into being, but to align with the infinite possibilities already present in the quantum field. Just as Amara's book revealed its wisdom through her questions, Your reality takes shape through your conscious interaction with the field of all potential. Find a quiet space and close your eyes. Imagine before you a magnificent book bound in starlight, the codex of infinite possibilities. As you open its pages, see them shimmer with potential, waiting for your intentions to take form. Choose one desire you wish to manifest. With your inner vision, watch as golden letters appear on the blank page, writing the story of your desire as if it has already manifested. Feel the reality of these words in your heart. Know that as you write in this cosmic ledger, you activate the very same creative force that shapes universes. Hold this vision until you feel your desire has been fully imprinted into the field of all possibility. Chapter 22. Embracing the Shadow. In the depths of a moonlit night, a wanderer named Thaddeus journeyed through an ancient forest. With each step, he grew increasingly distressed by the dark shape that followed his every move. No matter how fast he walked or which direction he turned, the shadow remained, an ever-present companion he desperately wished to escape. As exhaustion overtook him, Thaddeus collapsed beneath an old oak tree. In that moment of surrender, he noticed something extraordinary. His shadow wasn't pursuing him at all. Instead, it always pointed toward the light of the moon, guiding him through the darkness he had feared. The shadow self operates in much the same way in your life. What you resist and fear often holds the very wisdom you need to progress on your path. These darker aspects of your nature, the parts you hide, deny, or run from, are not your enemies but your teachers. Within the depths of your being lie dormant strengths waiting to be acknowledged. Your fears mask untapped courage. Your anger conceals passion for justice. Your doubt harbors the seeds of wisdom. Each shadow aspect carries a gift wrapped in the disguise of darkness. In a distant village lived a potter named Maya who struggled to create perfect vessels. Her hands, though skilled, always left subtle marks and tiny irregularities in her work. One day, as sunlight streamed through her window, she noticed how these imperfections caught the light, creating patterns more beautiful than any deliberate design could achieve. In embracing these supposed flaws, she discovered her unique artistic signature. Your perceived imperfections, like Maya's uneven pottery, contain hidden beauty and purpose. The aspects of yourself you judge most harshly often hold the keys to your greatest strengths. By integrating rather than rejecting these shadow elements, you become whole. Take now your journal and find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Light a candle symbolizing consciousness, illuminating the shadows. On your pages, write about the parts of yourself you typically avoid or judge. Perhaps it's anger, fear, desire, or perceived weakness. For each shadow aspect, ask, what wisdom does this part of me carry? What strength lies hidden within this trait? What would this aspect say if it could speak its truth? Write without judgment, allowing your shadow self to express itself freely. Notice how these supposedly dark aspects often point toward your light, just as Thaddeus's shadow guided him toward the moon. In acknowledging and embracing these parts of yourself, you reclaim the power they hold. Chapter 23. The Symphony of Frequencies. In a grand concert hall among ancient mountains, there lived a conductor named Raphael, who dreamed of creating the perfect symphony. Night after night, he struggled to bring harmony to his orchestra, focusing solely on correcting individual mistakes rather than seeing the greater whole. One evening, as frustration mounted, an old sage appeared in the empty hall. "You seek perfection in isolation," the sage observed, "but harmony emerges from unity. Each instrument carries its own vibration, just as each soul resonates with its unique frequency. True mastery lies not in forcing them to conform, but in helping them align naturally. Through the universal laws that govern all creation, every thought, emotion, and action emanates a specific frequency. These vibrations intermingle with the cosmic symphony, creating the melody of your existence. When you align yourself with higher frequencies, love, joy, gratitude, and peace, you naturally attract experiences that match these vibrations. Consider how a single instrument, played in isolation, creates beautiful music. Yet when combined with others in perfect harmony, it produces something far more magnificent. You too are an instrument in the grand orchestra of life, capable of creating either discord or harmony through your vibrational state. In a distant mountain temple, there lived a monk named Chen, who spent years learning to tune his body and mind like a sacred instrument. Each morning he would sit in meditation, adjusting his breath until it flowed like music. Each thought he cultivated resonated with peace. Each action flowed with grace. Soon those around him began to experience the same harmony. As if his inner peace created ripples throughout the universe, you possess this same ability to influence the world through your vibrational frequency. When you consciously choose to align with higher vibrations, you become like Chen, a source of harmony that transforms not only your own experience but touches everything around you. Find a quiet space where you can be undisturbed. Begin by taking 3 deep breaths, imagining each exhale releasing any discordant energies. Now speak these affirmations aloud, allowing their vibration to resonate through your being. I am in perfect harmony with the universe. Love flows through me, elevating all that I am. Gratitude fills my heart, attracting more blessings. Joy is my natural state of being. As you speak each affirmation, pause to feel its vibration in your body. Then, create a pure tone with your voice, a simple Om, or any note that feels natural. Let this sound embrace you, imagining it aligning every cell of your being with these higher frequencies. Practice this attunement daily, becoming an instrument of harmony in the universal symphony. Chapter 24. The Still Point of Creation. In a bustling city of brass and gears lived a watchmaker named Thomas, whose timepieces were renowned throughout the land. Though his craftsmanship was unmatched, he struggled to create the perfect mechanism, one that would keep time with the universe itself. One night, as he studied his finest creation, he noticed something extraordinary. At the heart of every gear, at the center of every rotation, there existed a point of absolute stillness. This revelation transformed his understanding. The power of movement didn't come from the turning of the gears, but from the stillness at their core. Within you exists this same still point, a space of pure potential where all dimensions of reality converge. It is here, in this sacred center, that the seeds of manifestation take root. Like the eye of a storm, this stillness holds infinite power, waiting to be awakened through your conscious awareness. Along the stormy shores of an ancient coast, a fisherman named Wei faced treacherous waters each day. He fought against the waves until an elder taught him the secret of navigation. "Find the calm within the storm," the elder whispered, "for it is there that you will find your way." Wei learned to sense the pocket of stillness that existed even in the fiercest tempest. By aligning with this calm center, he could navigate safely through any weather. The ocean's fury no longer threatened him, for he had discovered the power of inner stillness. You too can access this still point within. When you enter this space of pure potential, you align with the creative force of the universe itself. Here, in the silence between thoughts, in the pause between breaths, you touch the infinite. To enter this sacred space, find a quiet place where you will remain undisturbed. Sit comfortably with your spine straight, allowing your breath to flow naturally. As you breathe, focus your attention on the space between each breath, the moment of perfect stillness that exists before inhalation and after exhalation. With each breath, sink deeper into this stillness. Feel yourself entering the eye of the storm, where all is calm, where all possibilities exist. Let your awareness rest in this space of pure potential. Here, in this still point, you connect with the source of all creation. Practice dwelling in this stillness for a few minutes each day, gradually extending the duration as you become more comfortable. From this space of inner quiet, your intentions naturally align with the creative force of the universe, allowing manifestation to flow effortlessly through you. Chapter 25. Detachment from the illusion of ego. In the ancient kingdom of Aurea, there lived a king named Raziel, who possessed everything a mortal could desire. His palace touched the clouds, his treasures filled vast chambers, and his words shaped the fate of nations. Yet in his heart, he felt empty, knowing something essential eluded his grasp. One night, as he gazed at his reflection in a golden mirror, he saw not a powerful ruler, but a prisoner of his own making. In that moment of clarity, he removed his crown, stepped down from his throne, and walked away from everything he had known. You see, true power does not come from what you possess or control. It flows through you when you release the need to be anything other than what you are. Like Raziel, you too may discover that your greatest strength emerges when you let go of who you think you should be. In the mountains beyond the kingdom, a small bird named Arya struggled each day to take flight. She had collected beautiful trinkets, shining stones, colorful feathers, and precious gems, carrying them everywhere in her beak. Though these treasures brought her comfort, they kept her bound to the earth. One morning, as she watched other birds soar freely through the clouds, she understood. Opening her beak, she released her cherished collection. In that moment of surrender, her wings lifted her effortlessly into the sky. The ego, like Raziel's crown or Arya's treasures, creates an illusion of identity that separates you from your true nature. It whispers that you must prove your worth, achieve certain goals, or maintain specific appearances. Yet these very attachments become the chains that bind you. When you release the ego's grip, you align with the natural flow of universal energy. Like a river that doesn't try to be a river but simply flows, your authentic power emerges naturally when you cease striving to be something you're not. Take a moment now to explore what you cling to. In your journal, write down the titles, roles, and identities you use to define yourself. Notice the achievements, possessions, or relationships you believe give you value. For each attachment, ask yourself, who would I be without this? Feel the freedom that comes with releasing these ego-driven needs. Then write about what emerges when you let go. The natural qualities, talents, and wisdom that flow through you effortlessly when you stop trying to be someone else. Remember, like Raziel and Arya, your true power awakens not through acquisition but through surrender. Chapter 26. Sacred Rituals for Dimensional Mastery. In a village among ancient mountains lived a priestess named Luna, whose wisdom flowed from an understanding deeper than words. Each morning, as the first rays of sunlight kissed the earth, she would gather her people in a sacred circle, leading them in rituals that aligned their community with nature's rhythms. Through her practices, crops flourished, harmony prevailed, and the villagers lived in abundance. Yet the true power of her rituals lay not in their outward form, but in the intention and awareness she brought to each sacred act. You too possess this ability to bridge worlds through sacred practice. Every ritual, when performed with pure intention, creates a resonance that ripples across dimensions, aligning physical reality with spiritual truth. In another land there lived a blacksmith named Theron, who understood this same principle through his craft. Each morning, before touching hammer to metal, he would close his eyes and envision the tool he intended to create. He blessed his forge, thanked the elements, and moved with deliberate awareness through each step of his work. Those who used Theron's tools spoke of their unusual effectiveness, how they seemed to carry within them a special power. For he knew that objects shaped with conscious intention hold the energy of their creation. The power of ritual lies in its ability to focus your energy and intention through symbolic action. When you perform a ritual with awareness, you create a bridge between the seen and unseen realms, allowing universal forces to flow through you into manifestation. This ancient knowledge reveals that every action, when performed with sacred intention, becomes a ritual of creation. Your daily practices, from the way you greet the morning to how you close your eyes at night, can become powerful ceremonies of transformation. Now I share with you a sacred ritual for aligning your energy centers and anchoring your intentions. Begin in a quiet space facing east. Light a white candle and take 3 deep breaths. As you inhale, visualize pure light entering through your crown. As you exhale, feel this light flowing down through each energy center. Place your hand over your heart and speak your intention aloud 3 times. Feel the vibration of your words resonating through your being. Draw a circle of light around yourself, seeing it pulse with golden energy. Visualize your intention taking form within this circle. Feel its reality with every sense. Now place both hands on the earth, allowing your intention to root deeply into physical reality. Close by, expressing gratitude to the universal forces, know that through this ritual, you have created a sacred alignment between your desire and its manifestation. Chapter 27. The Cosmic Web of Unity. In the heart of an ancient forest, a spider named Astra wove her web between 2 branches of an elder tree. Each morning she would begin anew, spinning silken threads with infinite patience and precision. As she worked, drops of dew caught the morning light, transforming her web into a constellation of tiny stars. Other creatures marveled at her dedication, wondering why she rebuilt her web day after day. Yet Astra understood a truth that many had forgotten. Every thread she wove connected not just to other strands, but to the very fabric of life itself. You, like Astra, are weaving your own web of connections through every thought, feeling, and action. The universe exists as an infinite tapestry of interconnected energy, where each thread touches countless others in ways beyond ordinary perception. In a distant valley lived a farmer named Chen, who shared his harvest freely with travelers and neighbors, even in lean times. One autumn, when drought had withered many crops, Chen continued to give what little he had. As winter approached, something remarkable occurred. Those he had helped returned with seeds, tools, and helping hands. His fields flourished beyond measure, not through any magical intervention, but through the natural law of reciprocity that governs all life. The threads you weave through your daily choices create ripples across the universal web. When you act with kindness, that energy multiplies and returns. When you withhold, that too creates its own reflection. This is not mere philosophy, but the operating system of existence itself. Understanding this truth transforms how you move through the world. Each interaction becomes an opportunity to strengthen the web of life. Every thought you think sends vibrations along invisible strands connecting you to others. Your emotions create waves that touch distant shores you cannot see. You are invited now to consciously participate in this cosmic web through a sacred practice of connection. Find a quiet moment and center yourself with 3 deep breaths. Visualize golden threads of light extending from your heart to everyone and everything around you. See these threads reaching first to those you love, then expanding to your community, and finally embracing all of life. Choose 3 people or situations to send specific healing intentions. As you focus on each one, feel love flowing through the golden threads that connect you. Know that this energy travels instantly across the web of life, carrying your positive intentions to their destination. Close by, acknowledging your role as both weaver and thread in the great tapestry of existence. Express gratitude for the infinite connections that support and sustain you. Chapter 28. The Cycle of Giving and Receiving. In the heart of an ancient valley, a crystal-clear stream flowed from the mountain peaks, carrying life-giving waters to all who dwelled below. As it journeyed, the stream gave freely of its waters, to the thirsty deer, to the growing trees, to the flowering meadows. Yet for all it gave, the stream never ran dry, for the mountains continuously renewed its source through rain and melting snow. You possess within you this same endless flow of abundance. Like the stream, you are meant to be both a channel and a recipient of life's infinite blessings. In a distant land lived a merchant named Reza, who understood this sacred truth. While other traders hoarded their wealth, Reza shared his prosperity freely with his village. He offered fair prices, extended credit to those in need, and invested in ventures that would benefit all. As seasons passed, something remarkable occurred. His generosity created a rising tide of abundance that lifted the entire community. Farmers produced more crops, artisans created finer goods, and trade flourished beyond measure. The universe operates through this eternal dance of giving and receiving. When you give with an open heart, you align with the natural flow of abundance. When you receive with gratitude, you complete the circle and allow even greater blessings to flow. This wisdom calls you to release the illusion of scarcity and embrace your role in the infinite cycle of abundance. Each act of giving creates space for receiving. Each grateful acceptance invites new opportunities to give. To anchor this truth in your daily life, practice this ritual of sacred reciprocity. Each morning, set aside a moment to give something of value, whether material or intangible. This might be a kind word, a helpful action, or a material gift. Give without expectation, focusing purely on the joy of sharing your abundance. Then open yourself to receive. Notice the many ways the universe offers gifts throughout your day, from the warmth of sunlight to the kindness of strangers. Accept these gifts fully, expressing genuine gratitude for each blessing. End each day by acknowledging both what you have given and what you have received, understanding that both are essential parts of the same sacred flow. Take a moment in quiet reflection to catalog the day's exchanges, every smile offered, every kind word shared, every gentle act performed. Then, with equal reverence, remember the blessings bestowed upon you, the unexpected kindnesses, the moments of grace, the subtle gifts that enriched your journey. In this nightly practice of sacred accounting, you strengthen your connection to the eternal dance of giving and receiving, recognizing that each gesture, whether given or received, forms part of the infinite circle of abundance that surrounds you. Chapter 29. Becoming the Multidimensional Creator. In a timeless realm, there lived an artist named Amara, who discovered that her paintings held a mystical power. With each brushstroke, she noticed that the world she created on canvas began manifesting in her life. First, it was small things. The golden sunset she painted appeared the next day. Then the rare butterfly she illustrated landed on her windowsill. As you journey deeper into the wisdom of the 33rd degree, Understand that you too are painting your reality with every thought, emotion, and intention. Like Amara, your creative power extends across all dimensions: physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, and quantum. When you align these dimensions through conscious creation, reality responds with perfect precision. Each choice becomes a brushstroke, each intention a color, each emotion a texture in the masterpiece of your existence. In the mountains of the East, there lived a weaver named Jin who crafted tapestries of extraordinary beauty. One night, in a dream, ancient masters revealed to him that true mastery meant weaving with threads from different realms: golden threads of intention, silver strands of emotion, crystalline fibers of thought, and ethereal wisps of spirit. As Jin learned to blend these mystical threads, his tapestries began to pulse with life, each one manifesting the reality it depicted. You hold these same threads within you. Your thoughts weave with your emotions, your intentions merge with universal forces, and your spirit guides the pattern of creation. This is the essence of multidimensional manifestation, the ability to work skillfully across all layers of existence. To harness this creative power, practice this sacred visualization. Sit in stillness and imagine yourself before a vast, blank canvas of reality. See yourself holding a brush infused with divine creative energy. Now, begin to paint your desired reality in vivid detail. With each brushstroke, feel the emotions of your creation, hear its sounds, sense its textures. Paint not just the physical aspects, but the feelings, the relationships, the achievements, and the spiritual growth you desire. As you paint, infuse each element with the 5 dimensions. Make it physically tangible, emotionally rich, mentally clear, spiritually aligned, and quantumly connected. See your creation coming alive, pulsing with energy, ready to manifest. Hold this vision until it feels as real as the present moment, knowing that through your conscious creation, you are weaving it into existence across all dimensions. Chapter 30. Ascending to the 33rd degree. In a village untouched by time, there lived an artist named Amara, whose paintings held a mystical secret. As she mixed her colors with pure intention and applied each brushstroke with focused awareness, the world she created on canvas began manifesting in the physical realm. First, it was the golden sunset she painted appearing the next day, then the rare butterfly she illustrated landing on her windowsill. Through patient observation, she discovered that when she aligned her heart, mind, and spirit while painting, her creations would inevitably emerge into reality. You possess this same creative power. Every thought you hold, every emotion you nurture, every intention you set, acts as a brushstroke on the canvas of existence. When you align these elements with the principles of the 33rd degree, you become the master artist of your reality. In the mountains of the East, a weaver named Jin received wisdom through dreams. Ancient masters revealed that true mastery meant weaving with threads from different realms: golden threads of intention, silver strands of emotion, crystalline fibers of thought, and ethereal wisps of spirit. As Jin learned to blend these mystical threads, his tapestries began to pulse with life, each one manifesting the reality it depicted. Like Jin, you hold these divine threads within you. Your thoughts weave with your emotions, your intentions merge with universal forces, and your spirit guides the pattern of creation. This is the essence of multidimensional manifestation, the ability to work skillfully across all layers of existence. Now embrace this sacred practice to paint your reality. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. Imagine yourself standing before a vast, blank canvas of infinite possibility. In your hands, feel a brush infused with divine creative energy. begin to paint your desired reality in vivid detail. With each brushstroke, feel the emotions of your creation, hear its sounds, sense its textures. Paint not just the physical aspects, but the feelings, the relationships, the achievements, and the spiritual growth you desire. Infuse each element with physical tangibility, emotional richness, mental clarity, spiritual alignment, and quantum connection. See your creation coming alive, pulsing with energy, ready to manifest. Hold this vision until it feels as real as the present moment, knowing that through your conscious creation, you are weaving it into existence across all dimensions. Conclusion. As you close these pages, know that you stand at the threshold of infinite possibility. The wisdom contained within these teachings is not merely knowledge to be learned, but truth to be lived. Like the ancient sages who discovered these principles through lifetimes of dedication, you now hold the keys to unlocking the deepest mysteries of existence. The 33rd degree represents not an endpoint, but a gateway to ever-expanding awareness. Just as the universe continues to unfold in endless cycles of creation, your journey of transformation knows no bounds. Each moment offers a fresh canvas upon which to paint your desires, each breath an opportunity to align more deeply with the creative forces that flow through you. You have awakened to the truth that you are not separate from the universe, but are the universe expressing itself through human form. The power that spins galaxies and ignites stars flows through your very being. This recognition is not meant to rest as mere intellectual understanding, but to transform every aspect of your existence. Remember that mastery is not measured by the perfection of your manifestations, but by your willingness to remain open to greater possibilities. When challenges arise, see them as invitations to deepen your alignment. When desires manifest, recognize them as confirmations of your creative power. When doubt surfaces, recall the timeless wisdom that has guided countless seekers before you. The practices and principles shared in these pages are not rigid rules, but living teachings that will continue to reveal new depths as you work with them. Let them become as natural as breathing, integrated into the fabric of your daily life. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions will increasingly align with the highest frequencies of creation, drawing to you experiences that reflect your true divine nature. You are the artist of your reality, the author of your story, the creator of your experience. This truth, once fully embraced, dissolves all limitations and opens the door to boundless possibility. The universe awaits your conscious participation in the grand dance of creation. Go forth now, knowing that you carry within you the power to transform not only your own life, but to contribute to the elevation of all humanity. Let your light shine as a beacon for others, knowing that as you step fully into your creative power, you inspire others to do the same. The journey of the 33rd degree continues eternally, each moment offering new opportunities for expansion, growth, and manifestation. You are forever supported by the infinite intelligence of the universe, guided by the wisdom of your heart, and empowered by the truth of who you really are. If you enjoyed this exclusive audiobook, I handpicked this next book which will change your life.